Hi my babies, I'm back again with another video, and today I'm going to show you guys how I achieve this natural everyday look. It's really simple. It's like a very soft glam, but it is kind of glowy. So if you want to see how I got this look, keep watching. As you can see, today I'm here barefaced, hair is not done, and I'm also going to answer some questions you guys sent me on Instagram. So it's just gonna be like a chit chat, get ready with me / Q&A, whatever this is gonna be. I'm gonna start with my hair first because she's looking rough. So I did my hair 2 days ago, so it isn't necessary for me to just like do it all over again. So what I usually do is just split it in 2 sides and then just spray it. So all I do is I just refresh it with the Curly Girl Movement Curl Defining Gel. And this will just make my day 3 hair just like pop. It's no need for me to do everything all over again, because honestly we don't really have the time for that anyway. If you're like in a rush in the morning, like you really want to like get out there, get your stuff done. So yeah, all I do is I just like rake my fingers through my hair. Tend to see that my ends get really dry. I don't know if you can see. So then I just spray them again and just add a little bit more of the gel, but then on the ends. I don't know how to explain it, but it just looks better when the ends aren't like dry. Yes. Last few months have been really weird for me. I don't know if anyone else has had the same experience, but like I've been realizing who is good for me, what I need to prioritize in my life, and I've just been going through like a self-improvement journey. I don't know, I just feel like a lot of things are opening up for me in terms of like realization. I sound like Kylie, like this is gonna be the year of realizing things.
I feel like this year is really about the year of just realizing stuff. We're all just like realizing things.
Honestly, no. I moisturized my face already. So the next thing I do is I use the NYX Angel Veil Primer. And this primer is actually really good, but I do think that I need a more sticky primer, because my skin is kind of dry, and this is also kind of, it gives you like a matte finish, which is nice if you have oily skin, but I would rather have more of a dewy I just prefer more of a dewy finish. But yeah, so I just use this around the areas that crease the most, so around my eyes and my smile lines. So now that I've done the primer, I go in with a corrector / concealer. I use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and I bought this color in a very like orangey yellowish color, just because I wanted to use this as like concealer only, not any foundation, not anything on my skin, just concealer in the summer, which is when I'm usually this color. It'll look really orange and sort of dark on my skin now. I'm just using it as a corrector almost, because I have discoloration around my mouth, and I'll just use it around my eyes. I don't know why, but this NARS concealer is so nice. It's like not too dry, it's not too creamy. If you see me looking here, I have a mirror there, so that's why. But yeah, so once I've done the areas that are sort of like darker than the rest of my skin, as you can see when I buff it out, it isn't even that much of a difference in my skin, because it like matches the rest of my body. So while I buff this out, let's start with the questions. So somebody asked me, in your experience, what is the best thing about starting your YouTube channel? So there are so many things that I love, but the best thing I would say is when you guys DM me and you guys like say the sweetest things and I'm just like a squishy like emotional wreck when I read like stuff like that, because I have people say like, I look up to you and you're so pretty, and just like overflowing compliments, and it's just so nice. I just almost cry every day. Like I'm just in my bed scrolling through my DMs. And by the way, don't be scared to DM me, because I do look at all my DMs and I try to respond to everyone. If you even want like advice, or if you just want to talk, or like, I'm here for you guys. And I really have like people DMing me with like personal issues because I've made like the story time, and I feel like a lot of people have like been through the same thing, and I am so open to give you guys advice, to talk to you about it. I know it's hard, and this is also something I really love about YouTube. It like creates a community in which you can relate to someone online. It's just so weird. Like you see me talking to you guys and we don't know each other, but we have like shared experiences, and I feel like we should really keep that going, because sometimes people don't have like someone they can relate to or ask for advice around them, and they turn to platforms like YouTube to, you know, find that sort of relatability. And I really want to encourage you guys, if you really want to talk about something that I've talked about, or you noticed that I've been through the same thing, don't be scared to DM me. I really don't mind to like help anyone who's going through the same thing, because I would have wanted it that way when I was going through it. Just the feeling that I've helped some of you guys with your personal journey with any self-improvement, or even just by making you laugh with my weird ass jokes, or like helping you guys like get into makeup or get into hair, like that's amazing to me. So continuing with the look, I've done the color correcting. I look kind of orange, so now I'm gonna go in with Kat Von D Lock-It foundation. So for an everyday look, for me personally, I don't prefer like a full coverage, like a full face look with foundation. So I just like take, I don't know if you can see this, I just take like a little pump on each side, and I just like, you see, as you can see, the color is looking much better. I'm not that orange, and it like matches the rest. So someone asked me, when are you gonna post a picture with your boyfriend? What is your nationality? If you guys haven't watched my get to know me Q&A, first video that I did is kind of long ago, so maybe I'll do an updated one. I explain my full nationality, ethnicity. So I am Surinamese and Dutch. And within my Surinamese roots, I have a Indian heritage and a West African heritage. So somebody asked me, how old are you? I am 21, turning 22 in, of course, Libra season, September 29th. Somebody asked me, what hair products do you use? I'm still using the Curly Girl Movement products. They're really good. And I don't know, once I find something that works for my hair, I just don't want to like switch it up. So the next thing I do is I go in with my Fit Me Maybelline concealer in the number 30. I don't use this a lot. It's just like to brighten my eyes. And I sort of go down my nose a little, just to define it some more. And for this specifically, I don't use a beauty blender. I just use my finger. So somebody asked me, do you cook? Yes, sis, I do cook. I usually cook every day or every other day. The days that I don't cook, I just order something or my boyfriend cooks. I would say the best dish that I can prepare is nasi, like a Surinamese fried rice, and it's really good, if I may say so myself. So now that this is buffed in, next I set it with my Banana Dreams setting powder. And I don't bake, I just literally tap it in and that's all. Because I don't want my face to look like a ghost and have that terrible flashback. Then I just tap it in the smile lines. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bronze contour just a little. I just go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It looks really dusty. I've had this for a while. And I specifically use this brush because it's flat. So what I do is I start here, and in circular motions I contour my cheekbones. And I try not to do it in a straight line because I don't know why, but that looks so ugly to me when girls walk around with a straight contour line and it's not blended at all. So I just go in circular motions because, I don't know, it just gives me a better result. So somebody asked me, what are the best and worst moments in your life? And this is a really hard question to answer, but I was doing some thinking before, and I think the best moment up until now for me would be moving out at 19. Yeah. So I got accepted into my university, Amsterdam University College, and the rule for my college is that once you get accepted in, you have to live in the dorms. So I knew that, and I really wanted to live on my own. Once I got accepted in, I automatically had like a student studio, like a room for myself, and paying my bills by myself, paying my tuition by myself. And I don't know, I just feel like that's like a big accomplishment for someone who's 19. Just feel like a strong, independent woman. I would say that's the best moment in my life up until now. Moving out at 19 and just like living on my own. And the worst moments, I've had a lot of bad moments, and I just want to keep this video really light, so let's not get into that. But maybe one day I'll make a video about that part of my life. The next thing I do is I contour my nose. I take a slanted brush, and I just go in with a sort of like ashy brown color, and I contour the sides of my nose. So just to make it more defined, I take a little beauty blender and put some banana powder on it, and I just like cut the lines just to make it more defined. So somebody said, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And I see myself already having finished my bachelor's degree, maybe also finished my master's. I hope by that time I really reached my goals just regarding like my hobbies, like YouTube, singing. So I would be 27. I would be 27. So by that time I would hope that I'm, you know, trying for a little mini me. Because I've always said that I really want to have kids before my 30th. So I feel like 27, 28, 29 are like the best years. So now that I've done my base, what I do is I spray it with setting spray. I don't know why, but I always just spray my base. I just feel like it looks better afterwards. I usually go in with my NYX setting spray. It's in the dewy finish. Somebody asked me, what is your favorite non-physical attribute about yourself? And this is a really good question, actually. I would say my emotional intelligence. I love that I am in tune with my emotions. I feel like a lot of people these days try and portray themselves as, especially my generation, want to portray themselves as emotionless, like, ugh, nothing can faze me. But because of that, I feel like a lot of people aren't in tune with their emotions either. So when they're confronted with emotions that'll make them feel something, I just feel like a lot of people really can't handle it. and I am very in tune with my emotions. Like when I'm feeling a way, I'm someone who says it right away. I cry a lot, but I don't see that as a negative thing. I feel like I'm just really in tune with my emotional side. I just like look at myself and self-reflect a lot. When I am feeling emotional, I can recognize why I'm feeling that way. So now that my base is dried, I go in with Revolution Extra Spice palette. I go in with this color. Just do it in the crease of my eyes. And for an everyday look, I don't like to go in with like a full eyeshadow look. I literally just do like a brownish color and blend it in, and that's basically all I do. So somebody asked me, what haircut do you get? And also, what product would you recommend for fine dry hair? So if you've seen my curly hair routine video, that's where I explain this. I feel like for fine dry hair, it's important for you to use a liquid based product, because if you're gonna use like more of a custard or just like a smoothie-ish texture, it's just gonna weigh your curls down. And especially for, oh my god. And what haircut do you get? I've said this before as well, but I do cut my curls myself. And I don't know if I should make a video on it, because I don't feel like I cut my curls like correctly. You don't notice it, but I notice sometimes that it's like it's not even. But yeah, so basically I just looked up the dry cutting method on YouTube. It's really easy. So what I do is, if I see this curl, for example, the only thing I do is I trim the ends. So for example, this curl, as you can see, it's like really thick, and then the end here is like really dryish. So what I do is I just like take one loop and then I cut it. So where I would cut this part would be like around here. So the part that's just like really dry and like thinner. The thing is, you can really see this easily because it'll be thick and just like healthy, and then you'll see at the end that it gets like really thin. So then what I do is I cut like this part, so the loop. And that's just what I do all around my hair. I do it regularly, almost like every couple of weeks. But I feel like that's made my hair grow so much, because it just makes you, it just diminishes your split ends. Okay, so now that I've done my eyes, I've done my base, I'll just go in with a mascara. I use mascaras by Essence. I feel like they're really, really good. So for the outer corner of my lips, I go in with MAC's Chestnut, and I just line my lips. I just So I fill it in with a Kiko lip pencil. This is in the color 532, and it's a really nice nude. And I just blend it in. I just go in with MAC's Edge to Edge. It's like a really pinkish color. And just like the inner part of my lips. And I just love this lip combo. So the next step that I do is I apply my highlighter. This is Soft and Gentle by MAC. And I just go in. Usually for my nose, I just do it with my finger. I put it on the tip and go down the bridge. For my brows, I go in with the Sleek Brow Kit in Extra Dark. And I do the minimal on my brows. I just fill in the bottom part and then just like buff it to the front. I'm not a fan of like the big defined brows. I just like mine to be sort of natural, as if you don't have any products on them. So the last step that I do is I take the tip of my concealer and I go over it with a brush and just like cut the bottom part of my brows and then blend it in. So I guess that's the end result. Sometimes I'll go over it with my Fenty Beauty lip gloss just for that extra oomph. It's so nice. What I just do is, my hair is already kind of dry, so I just buff it out. So guys, this is the final look. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to my channel. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and follow me on my socials. I'll link them up here. I will be posting more consistently, so stay tuned. And yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.